Matthew 11:28 has always been a particular comfort to me. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. I was really glad I wasn't given the title of trust, because trust is more of something I have to do, something that I have to become, something I have to measure. So when I looked at being able to talk about rest, because I'm a performer and I'm genetically disposed to doing things and having things done, this is a very difficult concept that has come hard to me. And as I look at rest and I look at what rest means, it's an effortless, it's quiet, it's refreshment, it's something I don't have to do as far as effort or anything else. And so when I think about rest and how it functions in my own heart, it's been a very beautiful thing to me. In the past several years, God has been teaching me about rest, and He's been teaching me about how to be free from worry, how to rest from worry, how to rest from fear, how to rest from guilt, measurement, effort, expectation. And so this has been a journey for me as I've looked at that. When I was a child, one of the favorite things I enjoyed doing was to go to the backyard and lie on my back and look up through this huge maple tree we had and look at all the puffy clouds and how they were changing from dragons to dogs, to wizards, to animal creatures. And to me, that was rest. It was just this being able to be just completely out of any other responsibility and looking at that. Well, when I think about today in the Sabbath and what that does for me, that's God's loving hands prescribing to me and giving me a place for refreshment and a place for rest from the rest from the works, the rest from the week's work and requirements. And so as I look at the idea of rest in that, that's what gives me peace and being able to reach into the next week. And so when I think about a Sabbath rest, to me, I can't just do it once a week. So I've found, as I've learned more and more about resting, is finding little cool oases throughout the week as I'm finding places to rest. Because I don't drink once a week, I don't eat once a week. So for me to be able to look for God in multiple mini Sabbaths throughout the week, that's what's enabled me to maintain my refreshment. When I look at life being relentless, there's no way that I would be able to function without God's continual prescription of rest. And it's no wonder that when I try to do it without that, I'm exhausted, I become dysfunctional, and I have a very difficult time surviving a week when I don't look for those places of rest. Psalms is another great place that I like to go because of all its raw emotions. And Psalm 23 is one of those. It talks about eternal rest that we often hear in funerals, which is one of those places that we don't think about eternal rest being part of those gatherings. But often in the Psalms, souls are tormented and looking for rest, and anguished souls are trying to find places to do that. But because Psalm 23 talks about going and finding rest in green pastures and finding rest beside still waters and having our souls refreshed, to me, that is the promise of eternal rest. When I think about all the times of trying to look for rest, we all come with baggage and we all come with burdens. And some of us are trying to gather them together in torn plastic bags and carrying them along with us, and we have them in cardboard boxes. And some people are even carrying them in pretty fine, color-coordinated LV baggages. But we're all carrying these things together, and we're all trying to carry these things alone. But Jesus, as part of this rest, is saying, come, I'll help you carry them. They're too heavy for you. I don't want you to drop them. And so we can come to Him in a way that allows us to lay those things before Him and know that He is there as this strong, loving Father who's there to help carry those for us. So as I look at rest and I look at how that's affected me in my walk with Christ, I hope this is an encouragement to you. I hope that it's a continuum as we learn what rest is, and that's what Jesus is doing for me.